All right. Peace. Peace, family. Peace to all the kings and queens. Peace to all the chosen ones. Peace to everybody on YouTube and Facebook and StreamYard. I'm like connected to like three different platforms, but hold on. Let me pause this. All right. Yeah, I paused it for a second because I've been listening to myself. But so this live, I really didn't want to kind of title it anything in particular. This kind of a open panel, open discussion live. I just kind of want to touch on a few things because y'all know I'm always making videos, titling it and talking about one thing, and I always veer off into many different subjects. So I guess we can just do an open discussion, and more so than anything, I guess I can do a disagreement type video as well. I see other people do lives where they have people call in and disagree with them. So, and I see people have their opinions on certain videos that I upload. So I figured if you have a disagreement with me, if you have your own opinion um, on anything that I said, then now is your time to speak up. Like they say in weddings, speak now or forever hold your peace. So I left the link in the chat. So if anyone want to join the panel, you can do that, or I can leave the my Google voice call. You can call in. I can drop that in the chat as well, and we can do it that way. So until then, I guess I'll keep talking. So it's a lot of stuff going on uh around the world and here on the internet. I'm seeing different people, make different videos in this sector. Uh, I guess you would call it the gossip columnist. But people got their opinions on different stuff. I was just checking out Who Love. I was just checking out. I was just checking out the dude. I think his name Demas. I'm subscribed to him too as well. I was just on his panel like maybe a week and a half ago, so a week ago, and he just said that Gilbert Arenas and is paying or offered to pay him money to say stuff about KB. And then you got all this extra stuff online. I'm just looking at everything. It's like it's a big circus. I'm just like, and I'm steady back looking at all this, and not as entertaining, but as pity. Like is when I see this stuff, I'm like, y'all people don't even realize how all this stuff looks and everything. And in my video I made yesterday, beef reviews. I mean, because that's what it is, and I get it. And the people in the chats and comment sections, they always we talking about um building and they'll go on someone's video and saying you're not doing the work and all this. Like, what fucking work? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what work? Because I heard someone on a live earlier on Tough Love. Someone saying on his live, like, that's what we all on here for, is to do this work and do all that. And I'm thinking, like, no, all of us not on here to do that. Like, it's people who make skits online. It's people who do video game type of reactions, react to movies and trailers. So is I think the confusion is people only get this sector as far as with all this gossip and everything confused with the whole overall universe of YouTube. Like, there's billions of people on YouTube now, all around the world. It's over a billion plus people on YouTube. It's millions upon millions of content creators. It's a lot of those people that are melanin in color. People here in America, people are black, if you will. Ain't none of them ain't all of them are not in this sector. It's just not like when I can't like until I be and this is real shit. Until I became a content creator, I knew nothing about this sector. I didn't because let me see. I started this. I started my Google account in 2017 on for this channel. I didn't actually make videos until 2020, but I've been on YouTube for years just watching videos. So I had to make a Google account like all of us do if we want to watch like movies and stuff. Um and I'm always watching like survival prep videos, uh like how to videos, how to do this, how to do that, how to build, how just whatever, how to anything. And like that was my thing like that I watched all on here. Some of them being, black people or whatever, some being white or whatever other nationality. But I'm saying all that to say is that's all I was like looking into. It wasn't until 2020, July 9th, till I made my first video. Uh when I started getting introduced to all this drama and stuff that's going on online and everything. And maybe I put myself in that situation because the algorithm puts you in places which you kind of talk about. And my first video was talking about the NFAC, um, like the militia and everything that's going on that was happening and the riots and everything. And then like once that kind of slowed down, I started talking more about like and in between that I was talking about Kevin Samuels too and Jordan Peterson and everything. But then when Grandmaster Jay got arrested and NFAC slowed down, I kind of stayed in the sector of Kevin Samuels and all that stuff. And then from there, I started seeing other videos with people, and that's hence like Kwame Brown and all that stuff, and everyone else who's all in this sector. And it's like I had an epiphany one night, like, how the fuck did I get caught up in all this? Like, why am I keep watching all this stuff? So that's why I like unsubscribe to a lot of people, and I start going back to like my normal stuff. Now, people I'm still subscribed to, I see that they still um do stuff like for example, um uh shit, who name can I put out there? Oh, okay. Tommy Sotomayor. Like I subscribe to his stuff because I like his content. I like some of the stuff he be saying. Like when he not slandering and all that stuff and talk like cussing people out. I actually like his content because he's the pioneer of the black manosphere. Like he's not the creator of it, but he's like the innovator of it. And even like Uncle O'Shea Duke Jackson and they won and like Kevin, they all admitted to that. Like he would be like the innovator of it. So on that aspect, that's why I listen to Tommy Sotomayor. When people ask why you like Tommy Sotomayor, it's for that reason. And I didn't stop liking him because of all the stuff that's going on now. I still watch his content or whatever because he still talk about the same stuff and all the other bullshit that's happening on here. But same thing. But by me watching him and listening to him and my suggestion feed, it be coming up all the extra bullshit too and all the other stuff. So what I'm saying, that's so me saying all that is that's how like myself personally how I be getting caught up in all this because I see it. And maybe I should just unsubscribe to all these motherfuckers who's in this sector. And then not only that, but gotta unrecommend these type of videos too, because after you unsubscribe, like the videos will still pop up like something like as a suggestion. So you gotta do you gotta press the little dots on the right hand side of the video, but on the bottom, and put you don't want to suggest those type of videos, and then that's how you will kind of get out the sector for real, and just start watching all different types of stuff. and then just start talking about all different types of stuff and hashtagging it differently, um, titling your videos differently, all that stuff. And so when people be talking about, you know, I want to get out of this and all that, that's really pretty much what you gotta do. Because I've done it for a while. It just recently I just put myself back in here, and now I see it ain't getting no better. It's actually getting worse. Hence me talking about it, because this is like, I guess I'm saying all this because this is probably the great escape. Like, I'm about to escape again and get into my realm. I just started a whole new. For those who know, I got probably about I probably got like 10 YouTube channels, and it's probably only like 5 of them that's active that I use. The other 5 is just like backups, just in case if anything happened to my channels or whatever. Um, and all of my channels, except for 2 of them, except for this one in my I got a Let's Talk 2.0. It's the same title as this channel. It's just got the 2.0 added to it. Um, but they all different though, except for these 2 channels. Like my other channels, it's not even Let's Talk at all. It's totally different names, different genres, and all that. Because I realized when I made this channel and I started getting into all this sector and seeing all this stuff, I said, you know what, I wanted to do other stuff too. So I started making I made like a cooking channel where I do cookies, because I'm like a chef. For I'm like a damn. Remember the 90s? Remember like the early 90s? It was this band called the Village People, the group, and it was like a fireman, a lawyer, a construction person, a policeman. That's like me in real life. Like, I'm like a damn Jamaican. I had so many damn jobs and fields in life or whatever, that I even started doing that even on social media. Like, I've been a cop. I said a cop. I'm sorry. I've been a certified Act 235 agent slash bounty hunter. That's why when I made a video a couple weeks ago, when I said I was going to be a cop, like because I was in that field for a few years, so I was going to do that. But working alongside with them, I changed my mind because I can't stand them. Licensed bartender, got my OSHA's construction, got my associates in architectural engineering, drafting design. Like, I've done it all, and it's probably just my personalities. I don't like being settled in one particular niche, and I equated that to social media as well. Like, I didn't want to be in just one particular genre. I didn't want people to know me as the dude who make videos on sneakers or the dude who make videos on this particular subject. So I made different channels and stuff, and I also made different channels across social media, like on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and Twitch. I be doing all that. That's probably why I be so damn tired. Cause I'm always busy doing stuff, and I do it, one, because I enjoy doing it. Two is because if I continue to do it, um, it will help me grow as far as financially and stability. I won't have to hustle as much as I do because I can just, work off a line. Um, and I'm slowly getting there. Give me about like another year or so. Um, and 3, just to get out of the drama and all that stuff. Like, I hear people in this sector talk about, you can't talk about positivity or you don't get no views. And that's true. That is true. That's true in this sector. Nowhere else. When you in this sector, yeah, talking about positivity and all that stuff, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting nothing at all. But when you switch it up and revise your whole method and like do something else, then you get plenty of views. Now you might be entering a realm where people are already bigger than you, so you got to start from scratch. So you're not going to get the amount of views as anyone else do. I mean, if you're lucky, you would. That's how people go viral. But realistically, you got to build it from the ground up. It takes time, and that probably be part of the problem. That's probably why people join this sector, because this is probably one of the only sectors that you can grow fast because of the drama and the slander and whatever. If you say stuff that people like, if you come at someone that people don't like in this sector, then you grow automatically. Like you grow like that. You start constantly making videos talking about this person, doxing them, talking about pissing on graves and visiting grave sites and just whatever, talking about wives and kids dying, and that's decent to these people over here, but abroad, everyone, because this is, when you think about it, this is a small sector compared to the grand scheme of things. And everyone outside looking in, like, y'all motherfuckers is weirdos. Real talk. It's so funny because I be what, like, I don't know. Maybe it's the Philly in me. Maybe it's the Gemini in me. Maybe it's a combination of just both or whatever. But the way I see people move on here, like, I don't move like that. And I don't really see people here in Philly doing it. Well, no, I'm lying. Motherfuckers is grimy. People grimy. Yeah, I'm lying. Um, yeah, I guess it's just certain type of people or whatever. But more so than often, just the way people talk online with this stuff. Now, I don't see that in Philly, as far as, because we understand it. Like, Philly is the number one murder capital in the country now. We surpassed Chicago last year. People here, mostly people here live in Philly. We understand. You look at someone wrong, you bound to get killed or whatever. It's crazy, and I'm saying this not to boast. Like, it's crazy. That's why I moved out the city. Like, I'm still next to Philly, but I'm not in the city no more. All my family and all that there, and I go there for when I work and everything. But as far as when I lay my head, yeah, I come out to the burbs because they be tripping. Like, and I think if people realize the consequences of like that online, if it was kind of like that, then people wouldn't move like that. How the way they move online, because the fear that someone would just literally pull up, not pull up on a damn panel, but pull up at your motherfucking crib while you online talking on live. Like, wouldn't that be something? I had a dream about that the other night, maybe, and I woke up tripping like, damn, this YouTube shit is like to the point where I'm starting to have dreams about it. But I had a dream. And it was like a movie type dream, because I wasn't in the dream. It was like I was watching it. But someone was online talking trash, and another person pulled up to their crib while they on live talking. And then it got weird. He just turned to like the Ghostface Scream character and start killing them. Probably because I was watching Scream earlier that night, the last Scream movie, and it turned into a whole YouTube/Scream dream. It was weird. But the point of it was, I'm like, damn, if something like that happened in real life, like if someone reported that someone on YouTube pulled up to someone's house, another content creator on YouTube, and did something to him, I think that would kind of change the whole landscape on how people kind of make these type of videos. Probably YouTube will start trying to make more strict rules as well, as far as like the guidelines and the slander and all that stuff. And that's not something that I want to happen, but I can see something like that happening sooner or later because everybody just so damn crazy. Like I can see someone like, especially, look, you gotta think about it. People are already finding out where people live at and putting it online, where they work at, and all this stuff. I seen someone on a Charleston White live the other day talking about someone said, "Hey Charleston, Mr. Skinny Dad's grave is at such and such." And I'm just like, huh? Like how you know that? Like so these motherfuckers, like these people, their investigation skills is immaculate. Like they need to start a PI firm or something for real. Like as talented these dudes is. And I ain't even like I'm being funny, but I'm serious at the same time. Like the amount of information that's being disclosed to us from people online is amazing. It just makes you think, if people can do stuff like that, why cops can't solve these type of murders or people, being missing and stuff. Because you got normal average Joes online finding out stuff. It's crazy. What is this sector considered? Uh um I call it the gossip sector. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, and that includes me too. Like I'm in here talking about it, so I guess I would be part of it as well. But they don't negate the fact that that's what it is. It's the gossip column. Is just gossip, whether that be good gossip, bad gossip. You people call it tea. It's gossip. Um, Now within the gossip sector, like I said, you got the good gossip and the bad gossip. This right here, all this stuff that I'm talking about in this video, uh, common sense would say that would be the bad gossip, the slander, the griminess, that weirdo shit, pretty much. People making videos just to join the clique or whatever. And look, and let me be perfectly honest. I've mentioned this before. I'll mention it again. If you see people online making videos daily, and especially if they got like ads and all that stuff, then in some shape or form they taking it serious and trying to do something with it. So that includes all of us, me, whomever else. So we all kind of do the exact same thing as far as trying to find some method to promote our channel, promote whatever it is we're doing or saying in our videos. But the problem is that people try to attach themselves in a fanatic ass way, like to the point where as though it's like they lose their character or what it is about them. They lose their own identity. That's the words I'm looking for. They lose their own identity, and now they just like emulating the identity and the characteristics of the person they like, even down to the talking points or just speech patterns. Like it's crazy. Now, myself, I like Kevin Samuels. Like I can use him as an example. There's other people too, but since he's like popular, I'm gonna use him. I like Kevin Samuels. I've made several reaction videos, review videos on Kevin Samuels and all that stuff. Uh, I like Lead Attorney. I made a couple videos on Lead Attorney. I've spoken to Lead Attorney a few times. Busted up. I like O'Shea Duke Jackson. Me and O'Shea, he cool as crap. Every time I talk to him, he tell me I can use his stuff. Like he's cool. But I'm not attaching myself to these dudes to the point where as though I'm just being a fanatic. I'm not attacking people that they beefing with or whatever. That stuff weird to me. Like it's first of all, these dudes grown ass men and they older than me. And like they can handle their own beef. They can handle their own drama. Now if it's and if it's content, that's one thing. Like if it's something to report on, then it's a story to report on. We're content creators and it's what we're on here doing. But I'm not talking about that aspect. I'm talking about the aspect of the fanboy, fangirl, fanatic. I'm gonna ride for you regardless of what you do or say and all that. That stuff is that stuff is weird. And it's only again, it's really only in this sector. You're not seeing that really abroad. Before I became a content creator, and even now, I still watch other content creators. I still watch bigger people than me and the people who I was subscribed to before I became a content creator. I still watch their stuff and do everything, and it's still the same. Like ain't none of that stuff going on that's going on over here. So it just makes me wonder, like, are we cursed as far as um just being melanin in this country of the USA? Like, are we cursed? Are we damned? To stay in tune with negativity? Are we cursed that we always look to the white person for guidance? I mean, because we can talk about this, deeper than just this whole slander stuff. Like we're just mentally, emotionally, just fucked up. We fucked up, and I say we because I like to speak to for us as a people. Like because personally, if I can be real, I don't look at myself as that. Like I'm an anomaly. I take myself out of it if I want to speak on a personal level. But I mean, we as people, we all together. So I will put myself in it, and we fucked up. We gotta get it together. But the bad part about that is I've been hearing people say that all my life. We messed up. We got to get it together, and no one has done anything yet to solve that equation. Like, what does it take for us to get it together? My personal observation is there's a class of characters on YouTube, and far too many people try to sway the narrative in their favor and label it content. I think that many people miss the message because they spend so much time looking for the mistake in the name of content. It's just that's just negative people though. Like people look for stuff to be negative about. Um like something Tough Love said. Shout out Tough Love. He said someone was in his live and it was just or he was on a panel or something. I forget which one it was. I think I'm leaning towards more he was on someone else's panel. And the person is coming in just looking to say something negative or whatever. Just everything um he said there was a rebuttal to it. Um that's a lot of people I know on a personal level. People just look to, rebuke any and everything. And you just gotta wonder what type of people are those. Like I stare away from people like that personally. I don't entertain a conversation with them. Like even when it comes down to here on my YouTube channel, like when I get like troll type comments and all that stuff, like it's either two things I'll do. Because I've said it before, so I guess I'll stay consistent. I either troll back because you're not better than me in trolling. Like that's one thing. Like I had a lifetime of roasting people. Like, and I'm very good at it in person. I'm even better at it in person. But uh you can't roast better than me. That's one. So when people start roasting me or whatever, or start trying to troll, depend on the day, depend on how I feel, I might troll you back, and then it stops. Uh, Two, which more I'm trying to lean towards, is I'll just ignore this shit altogether, and just use that hide user from channel button. Like my block kung fu is strong too. You know how many people I got blocked on here? And I'm not even exaggerating. I probably got like over 500 people blocked on here. like my my block kung fu was very strong, and I've been doing that more lately than trolling back. Cause I don't know. Sometimes I don't be feeling like it sometimes. Cause it be the bigger picture now. I guess maybe it's just my age catching up with me. I'm getting older. Like I don't be feeling like that shit all the time. Sometimes I do though. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do. Like I'll be like, all right, you want to play ball? I'll give you one. But um, and I haven't met no one of late who can match my troll. Like I said, I don't start any of that stuff. I really don't. But I'll damn sure finish it for you. And I think that'd be the problem with me. People don't like people will try to troll me and try to shut me up because they so used to doing it to other people. Because I like don't get me. I see the troll how it works on other content creator channels or even just people online in general, like on Facebook. Like, I got groups on Facebook. I got several of them. Um, I got groups um where so many people on there every damn day that I actually got it monetized. Um, and it's all on the Kevin Samuels name. I'm sure everybody who listening got Facebook. Um, so I'm sure y'all know Kevin Samuels' name is a hot topic, especially in those Facebook groups. Well, yeah, I'm the admin of a few of those, and it's crazy how like the troll stuff that be going on inside there. And I remember when I first started those groups, it used to be like a bunch of females coming in just to like slander men or whatever, and they be ganging up on the dudes, and them dudes be they be losing horrible. I used to feel bad for them, and then I used to come along, and they start getting like. I remember one time last year, it was literally like 200 something people against me, just all by myself, and they all was just coming at me. Each and every comment was just, I was like, damn, they coming at me. And me being the petty person that I am, I replied to every single one of them. Like, with facts. And they all got mad. Like, it was to the point where a couple of them even like left the groups and all that stuff. They was mad at me. And then they tried to kick me out my own. Like, how you gonna try to kick me out my own group? Like, no. But I'm saying all that to say that The pettiness is real, and everyone can get petty if they want to. It's just that you got some people who just don't want to. And kind of like on this live stream earlier that Tough Love was saying, he was saying that how he think that because like I was saying the same thing. Like people assume because you're by yourself a lot that you ain't got nobody with you. And I think he was referencing that to the whole Tony Rock thing, um, and the Will Smith slap and how Tony Rock emphasized that it's 10 of them because I ain't know that either. And I'm like, damn, it's 10 of them. But you would assume that it's not because everybody quiet. You just see Chris, and a lot of people don't even know that Chris got a brother who's Tony. So most people just think that it's Chris Rock by himself. And that analogy just goes in life. Most people just assume because you're quiet and chill, or you just be seen by yourself that you ain't got nobody. And kind of like that story he was saying earlier, Tough Love, about how his brother, like someone pushed his brother and he got off the bus and he got it cracking. Like that goes the same. Bad part about it is nowadays it ain't gonna be fight, it be shooting and stuff. And I think that's why I be like standing myself because I got brothers and like one I come from a boxing family. It's not just me. Like we all boxed. We all was in the amateurs. I just so happened to turn pro out of my generation. But like out of my uncles and all of them, they was pro and all that stuff too. But just out of like the younger generations, like the brothers and cousins and stuff, I'm just the only one who went pro, and everybody else they just stayed amateurs and got caught up in the streets. And truth be told, all my brothers and cousins and all of them, they all better than me at fighting. It's like so, and that's another video in itself because I'm mad because one of my little cousins, he fought Shakur Stevenson in the amateurs back in 2013, and they got that shit in. Now I ain't gonna lie, Shakur won, but he won by the skin of his teeth. And Benny would have went pro, he would be a monster right now, and that would have been a great story if they, because I know Benny would be still undefeated right now. But that's a whole nother story. But like I got people, and other people got people, but when you confident in yourself and you secure, like you ain't gotta roll with clicks. You ain't gotta do all that. And even with, I guess you can use that with your content or whatever. If you're secure in yourself, you ain't gotta link up with people to try to join up to grow your stuff. I see so many people on YouTube this past year and a half or almost 2 years since I've been on here. Um, channels is blossoming, growing. That's what's up. I can't even knock that. But a lot of these women and men grew their channels off the backbone of someone else joining their beefs or um talking about them every damn video. And that's cool. I'm just one of them people who's like, it's gonna probably piss people off. But I like getting stuff from the muscle. Like I've got everything thus far throughout life from the muscle for myself. I've grown my subscriber base here on this channel from the muscle by myself. And in all my other platforms as well. Because I look at it like, I don't know, maybe it may be too deep for some, but I look at it as dignity. Like I don't want to look at myself in the mirror and be and go to say, or 10 years from now, like had I grown the way I've grown, had it not been from this person or that person. I like to say that I did everything on my own. And it's not to say that we can't have help, because I think all of us should have help and network. But having help and networking is different from growing your shit just off of someone else. Like it's two totally different things. So me personally, I will feel better if my accomplishments came from me than someone giving me a handout. Erica said, "Nine siblings will have you rethinking who you finished left." Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of us too, and my family. Like, and we're all so close. So like all the brothers and cousins and everyone, like we all pretty much like brothers because that's how we kind of grew up. Like we don't even look at ourselves like brothers and cousins, and is we all just brothers, and all of us around like the same age brackets. Um, but to get to my brothers and all them, because I totally skipped that part. But them niggas like they be like in it, do all that street stuff that you know what I'm talking about, that Philly nonsense that these young boys be doing. So I don't really like involving them and stuff because it probably would go somewhere where I really don't want it to go. And like I said, I can handle my business or my beefs and all that stuff. I've been doing it thus far. But more so than anything, the reason why I can handle all my stuff, because I never really be by myself. Like I walk with faith, I walk with God, I walk with Christ. So I'm never really by myself. If you get me, I'm always protected. So many people are um like insecure or just afraid to to walk alone, to stand alone. They need people to help them to do everything. And that's online, offline. It's just everyday stuff people do. And I look at them and it's so funny because the way I grew up, like I grew up in the projects in North Philly, Bloomberg projects, like the slum of the slums. And out of all my peers, I'm like, I would be considered the nice guy. Like out of everybody I grew up with, like a lot of these dudes in jail or some got killed or whatever, or someone just in the street still doing whatever. Like I was the one who always had common sense. I like to think before I react. Um, so to my peers growing up, I would be considered weak, you know, a bitch ass nigga. For real, instead of me trying to sugarcoat it. And I'm looking at it like, and it's so funny because when I was a kid, like 10, 11 and shit, I thought I was a punk because I didn't, you know, act on impulse. Like I used to question myself. Like, am I a punk? Because I don't just act on impulse like I see everybody else do. But now I'm 37 years old and I see how the world for what it is, and I see how so many people, like I just said, that I grew up with, or even dead or in jail, who ain't doing nothing with themselves, strung out, still in the streets and everything. I realized that I made some very good decisions in my life growing up. I had a very level head as a kid. I had a clear conscience as a kid, and it prevented me from getting in too much trouble. And now I look at this stuff and I see those guys and people like them, and I just look at them like punks. They're the real punks because it's so much easier to act on impulse It's so much easier to hate, to just lash out on someone, to compose yourself. Like that takes strength. It takes something. And don't get me wrong, is you don't want to do it. Sometimes you like me personally, I regret a lot of, like, I grew up at first regretting a lot of, like, damn, I should have fought back, or I should have did this and that. Not to say I let people beat me, because I never did that. Like I wasn't no, like, bitch where I just got beat the fuck up. Cause I never just got beat the fuck up. But what I'm saying is I used to hold back from getting in trouble, fights and stuff. I used to think before I just did any old thing like anyone else. And I used to question myself, am I a nut for it? Am I a punk for it? And the clarity of it is no, I'm not. I actually was strong willed, which is irony because Will didn't have much strength at the Oscars last week. It was Chris. Y'all see that wordplay? No, but yeah. So it takes much strength to be able to hold yourself back or whatever. And as you start realizing what's important in life, especially with faith, like, cause I can say all this stuff, and it really means nothing if you don't have a faith based foundation. Like, so, like, I'm very passionate in my belief system, and my belief system got me this far in life. I see so many people just don't, they don't got that. They don't got it. That's a bad joint. It's it's scary, yo. It's scary when you believe in something wholeheartedly and you see that the world is like kind of like oblivious to it, or just like don't give a fuck. Like it can be real, like, damn. And then I've told y'all before, I'm at a point in my life where I don't just believe in coincidences anymore. Um so when I see all this stuff, all I do is just think about like when is it going to be it? When is it, like, when is it going to be that tipping factor for um just everything just fall apart? Like you got so many people cheering on that slap last week. I didn't think that I would see something like that. One, at the Oscars, and then two, after it happened, I didn't think that I would see so many people in supportive of Will Smith the way that they are. Like, I'm Philly. I'm in Philly. You would think that I support that shit too. I don't. It was nutty. And he knew it was nutty because he issued like 2 or 3 apologies afterwards. If you knew what you was doing, like especially with that whole speech he said, like he was called to protect and all that. If that was the case, then you wouldn't renege by issuing an apology. You would have stand firm on your beliefs. Because when you issued that apology, it just basically confirmed that everything you said in that And the acceptance speech was just BS. You were just saying it just for the moment. And if anyone listening to this don't believe that, then you on the same type of time he on. For real. Like I have no apologies about that. It is what it is. But I didn't think that I would see anything like that. I didn't think I would see people using that as a way to say that of protection and all that. Like that's like that combined with everything else going on. It just confirms to me that we are living in the last days. Like we living this shit right now. Like we in the beginning of the end. It's crazy. I thought it was staged too. I made a video talking about it. I mean, if it was staged. But after everything that's happening out now, I mean, I don't. All right, look, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because let's just say if it was staged, my 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 statement I just made it still stands. You know why? Because the only people that know it was staged is the people that was in play of it. So forget Will Smith and Chris Rock and the people at the Oscars who orchestrated this thing. If it is orchestrated, I'm not talking about that. I just say I never seen so many people who looked at this and was okay with it. That's the grievance of where I'm at with it. It's the people. So many people look at this and call it okay. And it's bad because it opens avenues, it opens doors to even more escalation of things. Okay, but I don't like what you did. So people going to start like doing shit like this and more over. But then what if someone actually commit a murder to someone? You gonna have people who's like, well, they were saying something about that person such and such, so I do understand why they did that. Huh? that's that's some weird. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. That's beyond my pay grade. For real. I that's something I can't accept. I won't accept something like that. That's but again, that's the world we living in right now. You know, it's okay to do stuff to people who. Oh, it's okay to hurt people who you feel hurt you. Eye for an eye. That's what they call it, right? Yeah, that was in the Bible. Eye for an eye in the Old Testament. But then once Jesus came around, it was turn the other cheek. So which one you stand for? Like pretty much, uh, he revised that old way of thinking. And this is not me saying, let someone hit you and all that stuff. But I don't know. It's a confusing situation. It's a touchy situation, and it just I guess it got something to do with just your individual morality, pretty much your morals, how you feel about things of that stuff, like, and it plays on the type of person you are as an individual. You said I always play devil's advocate and get labeled a troll because of it. Well, people gonna do stuff. So look, if it don't kill you, it is what it is. Like I said, I've been getting talked about my entire 37 years being on Earth. In some shape or form. When I used to be obese, I used to be fat boy and all that stuff. And now people just quietly hate on me or whatever, or say little slick shit because they think I might punch them in the face if they say something to my face. If they say something in my face or whatever. But I mean, you just gotta roll with the punches, man. Like if you're someone who let words affect you, then you're probably someone who needs some soul searching for real, for real. They ain't supposed to let none of that stuff affect you. It's just wordplay. You know how many people talk about me? Doesn't matter. And when you ignore it, it actually gets them mad or whatever. And usually people only do that, you know, um, because most times they don't know how to come back at you with a logical, rational statement. So, like Kevin Samuels would say, they turn to sign language, which is an acronym for shame, insult, guilt, and a need to be right. So once I start realizing that, and like people really do that, like once you say something like if you're having a conversation or a debate or just a discussion, and y'all having a disagreement, and you're keeping it civil and logical and rational, and they start lashing out and start insulting you and all that stuff, it pretty much just confirms that whatever it is y'all discussing, you're winning and they're losing. Hence, they act out in that manner. So, and in retrospect, be happy for that. Like, be cool. Like, find some type of good in the fact that um whatever it is that you're doing or saying must be affecting them in a way where they're acting out in such a manner. Like when you start doing that, then that's when you realize that you're getting over. And that's something I gotta take my own advice for, right? I just told you I like being petty too. So I know that that's the path that you should take, but sometimes I go back and I get petty as well. Like so I'm not gonna front and just say that I do like what I just said. Like I just wholeheartedly do it because I don't. But I do know that that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Um, but in regardless though, I still just don't let none of that stuff you know get to me in a sense where I feel down and everything about it and all angry and shit. Like, cause I realize that people are just miserable. And that's why people troll. Like when you doing something productive in your life, you ain't got time to do that. Like when you're doing something, you ain't, what time do you got to be on other people's stuff, trolling them? Like it's I don't know. Well, I do know, but I guess it is what it is. Words matter. Yeah, words matter to some. If words matter, I guess words matter to the individual person. Like if words matter to you, then words matter. Then if words don't matter to someone else, then words don't matter. Like that's just what it is. If you're someone who let words affect you, then that's you. It's 8 billion people on the planet. Everyone don't think that way. Mm. You got people who are trained, not to let certain stuff affect them physically, emotionally, and all that stuff. That's why they gotta get into certain situations. Hold on, let me take this call. Yeah. Uh, give me a minute. I'm like live right now. I forgot. I didn't even look at the time. Give me like what time is it? Like 8 o'clock. All right. Yeah, I forgot that. I didn't even realize the time and shit. I gotta take my daughter back to her mother. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, my final thoughts on all this is that uh if you personally it like I was just saying individually or work on yourself individually. um if we can individually be better morally and not necessarily hold people accountable, because like that's one thing, but sometimes shit ain't got shit to do with you. But i I guess where I'm getting at with it is like lead by example. If you can do better or whatever, and we all can do it, then since we got so many followers in this world, anyone else would start piggybacking off of it as well, or whatever. And as far as all this like drama and all that stuff, it's gonna be there. Like it's been here since the dawn of time, and I don't see it going nowhere. Like the Bible predicts, it's gonna be here till Jesus return. So I mean, when we talk about, like I said, we got to get better. But shit, we've been saying it all my life, and it ain't never get no better. So pretty much, it's not going to get any better until it gets better, and that only going to happen when the Lord returns. So for right now, all we can do is just praise. You know, try to be individually better, because if we can help ourselves and help the people around us, then shoot, that's doing something. I mean, it ain't gonna change the world, but you know, you should at least try to change your own environment any way possibly you can. Rather be yourself, or if you got to move or do something like that. Um, shit, I did everything. I moved. I'm working on myself, doing stuff. So I mean, you gotta do that too. But don't avoid problems. If you avoid problems and stuff, then you might end up being like Will Smith. Like you gotta face it, because when you bottle stuff up, um, like you gonna lash out on someone. And shoot, Will Smith ain't really nothing, because there's people out here who lash out and do more heinous stuff than that slap. So, but just the same, like face your problems. Don't. And I was just having a conversation with my 10-year-old last night about that. Face your problems. Like don't turn away from them and everything. You got to deal with it. It may be hard, but you're gonna end up feeling better about it in the long run. So I mean, that's just my own little viewpoints. I got a little more, but it's a lot to say, and I gotta get washed and dressed and get my kid ready so I can take her up. And only got a few minutes to do that. So excuse me. I'll probably finish going live later on tonight. Well, I had another topic to talk about tonight, so I might finish this topic tomorrow or something. I don't know, but I will put it in the I'll make a notification on it. So if you're not subscribed and you're listening to it, just make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I go live again. And I'm hoping instead of you just being in the chat, you can actually join the panel. I left the link. It's too late for that now, but you can actually join the panel, or I got a call-in number. You can call in. You can do either or you can do both. It don't even matter. But I'm hoping that we can start getting some live chats and talks, so we can start having conversations in the future. But no, don't worry about it, T King. It's cool. I probably just go. I probably go later on tonight again. Yeah, I'm gonna do that so we can bust it up. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. I gotta get this kid ready before her mom call me tripping again. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. God bless. Hope everybody are good, and hope y'all enjoyed the live. And prayerfully, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.